Hello again and welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are back in my original setting, which is much less interesting to look at than my other setting, but that means that I have moved out and I've graduated from college. So because of that and all of the moving boxes that are currently behind the camera that you cannot see, we're gonna do something a little chill again this week. So coming up in August, I will put the actual dates here, is something called CoSy, which is the Costube Symposium 2021. And I will be participating, making 2 extra videos for that. And that's just going to be basically a weekend of a ton of costuming videos, panels, everything that you could ever want, all for free here on YouTube. And I will link the official CoSy Instagram down below so that you can check out all the official information. There's no schedule out quite yet, but keep an eye out. And so to help everyone get to know all of the creators, there's a 21 questions tag. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. So these are in no particular order and they're selected from a larger list of questions. So if you see other people have different questions in different videos, that is why. So to start off, what originally got you into costuming? So I actually got into costuming my freshman year of high school because of my lovely friend Tess, who you can find online as Leoriology, something like that. Met freshman year, we had a few classes together, and they were into anime and cosplay, so they dragged me along to some conventions, and I've been stuck here ever since. Number 2 is my dream event / shoot. I would really love to shoot in a castle. I'm from the Midwest, and there is not a lot of great architecture around here, so finding fun fantasy-esque places to shoot is always a struggle, and I would just love to have some sort of European castle in the background, nothing too specific. Also a horse. I'd really like to shoot on horseback at some point. So if someone can let me borrow their horse, let me know. Number 3 is which project am I the proudest of? And that would have to be my Battle of the Bastards Sansa Stark costume, which I completed 4 years ago? I don't know, I'll put what it actually is. I completed it a long time ago and it remains to this day one of my favorite things I've ever made. I just really like the embroidery on it and I like how it fits and I'm just very proud of it. I'm hoping to do more embroidery heavy projects like that, which coming up, look out. Number 4 is am I team cut or trace patterns? And I usually cut my patterns. I usually just pin them to the fabric and cut around them. Actually, I don't know if this means the paper patterns. I cut out the paper patterns as well, just because I'm lazy and I don't want to trace them. Number 5 is what skill do I want to learn? I'd love to learn how to do hat making. I've made one hat, which was my Kokochnik, I think, pronunciation, I'm sorry, for my Anastasia costume, which I made a few years ago, but that was kind of like the fumbled together method of interfacing, which was not the best. I'd really love to learn how to do buckram or to do wet felting, I believe it's called, for wool hats. So it just seems really cool and I'd love to be able to do that someday. Number 6 is how many UFOs do I have in my bins? The answer is more than I'm willing to tell you. Next. Number 7 is which costume would I like to revisit? And that would be my Anastasia costume. I've made it twice, which I will put here. And I'd love to make it again. I wasn't super happy with my second iteration, even though it was much better than the first. So I'd love to be able to just track my improvement with that costume. Number 8 is scissors or rotary blade. And I'm a scissors person. I've never had like the proper mat to cut with a rotary blade, even though I've always had one. I don't trust myself with that. I have it, I've never used it. Number 9 is do I put pins parallel to the seam or perpendicular to the seam? And this one depends for me. If I'm doing something like gathering a skirt down or something that needs a lot of easing that I don't want to shift, I will do them perpendicular so I can sew over them, but usually for just a normal seam I do them parallel because I know that sewing over your pins is bad, but I'm gonna do it. Number 10 is tea, coffee, or chocolate, and I am staunchly in the tea camp. Number 11 is what do you like to watch / listen to while you sew? And for me, I watch a lot of true crime videos or drama channels on YouTube just because it's background noise and I don't really care about it enough to be paying attention, so it lets me focus while also having something going on. Number 12 is what is your favorite genre of costuming? I'm assuming we're talking like movie genres, but my favorite is fantasy. I really enjoy high fantasy outfits. Number 13 is what my favorite material is, and even though I've only worked with it once, linen, oh god, linen is so beautiful. I'm in love with linen, and if someone doesn't stop me, I will buy so much linen. Number 14 is drape, draft, or use commercial patterns. This really depends for me. More recently, I've been using the drafting method a lot more often and moving away from commercial patterns, but for certain things like coats, I hate coats, those 100% commercial patterns, I'm not even gonna attempt it. I've tried draping before, but it's not really my favorite. I don't have a really good dress form for it, so it's kind of hard to do that by yourself. So number 15 is what fabrics are in an online basket that you would love to buy. And for this one, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Instead of an online basket, there's this one fabric in a fabric store in New York City called Hamed Fabric. Highly recommend if you're ever in New York. They have a purple version of a fabric that I used to make my Renaissance gown, which I will put here. And there's a purple version, and it's like purple and kind of gold, and I adore that fabric. I don't have a reason to buy it, so I've never bought it. I like to have a reason or I will go overboard. So maybe someday it'll be time to buy the purple fabric. Number 16 is what era would you still like to make a costume of? And for me, that is the 1830s. I really enjoyed the costumes in Gentleman Jack, and they really got me obsessed with those huge poofy sleeves, and I love the pleated details on the bodice, so I'd love to make those one day. Number 17 is what is your biggest sewing or crafting pet peeve? And for me, I really hate hems. I just hate them. I think they're the most boring part, and I don't like doing them. I made curtains recently. That was the worst. It was completely hems. Why would I do that to myself? Never again. Number 18 is the most satisfying technique. And for me, I think it's embroidery. I like seeing the details come together as you're working on it. And yeah, that's my answer. Short and sweet. Number 19 is that when you're machine sewing, do you prefer barefoot, socks, or shoes? We don't wear shoes inside the house, so not that one, but I like barefoot. I feel like it gives me more control. I don't really like socks unless it's really cold out. Number 20 is what did you do/learn in the past year that you were the most proud of yourself for? And for that is starting this YouTube channel for me. I started this last September, and I've kept up with it and haven't missed a video yet, so let's hope that streak keeps going. And finally, number 21 is what are your plans going forwards? For me, I have a few bigger things planned for next month, including a pride project, so if you'd like to stick around and check that out, I would very much appreciate it. It's kind of like a reward after this month of chill videos. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you liked it, and make sure to check out the link to the CoSy Instagram down below so that you can prepare for that. It's very exciting. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye!